next on the network, but going on right now on FS2 as they kick off the St. Louis Battlehawks and the Michigan Panthers. And then tomorrow on ESPN, DC visits San Antonio, while the Memphis Showboats take on the Houston Roughnecks. A full weekend of kickoff action here in the UFL, and what a debut this has been for Matt Corral. Got off to a slow start like this team did, but just got better and better as the game went on.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'd take it at the end of the day. Some of those throws, Brock, I mean, he's got to feel real good about where they are offensively.
Yeah, you're going to have a fun NFL draft in about 4 weeks. And honestly, you see, we've said it all the time about this league. It keeps getting better and better and better. And just like the NFL is about the quarterbacks, this league often is as well. And, you know, we watched Matt grow up an awful lot over these 4 quarters.
13th play of this drive as they just continue to eat the clock, and Arlington can't stop it.
Seattle East under the center.
Oh, but they're still coaching.
Right? And then I was saying,
well, if they can get a stop, they can at least get the ball back.
I got you. So we just win. And they don't need it. Like Seattle. Laser wing Seattle even.
Brock, what I've always appreciated about Skip is that he coaches with information and not volume.
And not emotion.
Yeah.
He's never captive, held hostage by emotion.
Ready, take.
Well, they do get the stop on 3rd down. Ball's at the 34-yard line. We'll see what Birmingham does here with a 13-point lead inside a minute.
I would go for it if I was him.
Field goal from there. Field goal! Field goal! Hey, Mike, get off the field! Field goal!
He's yelling at his coaches.
This guy sitting here right here saying, get off the field. Huh? He's looking right at you. Hey, get off the field!
And so Birmingham going for the field goal. Chris Blewett coming on. Or at least that's what they're showing now.
Well, Joel, maybe not emotion with the quarterbacks, but doesn't mind it with his assistants.
That's so good.
This would be a 53-yard attempt as they try to get everybody on the field and get lined up. Skip wanted to make sure they take their time. You know, Brock, you mentioned we've seen Matt Corral grow up over the 4 quarters. What have you seen him grow the most with from the beginning of this game to now?
No, I'll go for it, but I don't want to
For me, it's his being comfortable in the offense. You've seen him take more charge of the huddle, be more confident in the play calls, and because of that, his play on the field becomes more confident.
Chris Blewett. Blewett hits the upright. And so it stays a 13-point lead, but only 23 ticks left on the clock as Arlington takes it over.
And Kirk, can I answer that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. No, you're working down there. Give me your take on Matt Corral's maturity or maturation.
I actually thought, Brock, you were a little worried about that over.
No.
The over/under. That was a big miss for some.
No, I like the doink as well. No, I would just say this. The number of times Matt Corral's, and I don't mean talking back, but Skip wants information, and he'll say, what do you like? What do you want to hear? And just watching him from the 1st quarter to the 4th, I got it, Skip. I got it. Back and forth, and we got so used to watching for 2 years with his championship team, head coach and QB. We felt that over the course of this game today.
I get the sense that Matt's not going to need, and this is not a knock on Alex Magoo, who's a really talented player and now with Green Bay. I get the sense that Matt is not going to need his handheld quite as much. You know, and to your point, he's like, hey, I got it. Like, you can call it once, and then here we go. Yep. That wasn't necessarily the case last year, but that doesn't mean it was bad. It was just different.
Different guys. You got to realize how much more Skip knows about Matt Corral now that he's actually gone through a game with him rather than just practice.
And what do you
it's been
think?
that kind of day for Arlington.
What do you think? A little USFL pride today for these Birmingham guys?
Well, you know that was there. We talked to both sides, Brock, and you could see it when we talked to Skip and saw some of the players on the field. They were carrying the banner, and they wanted this one bad. And Skip even said, and he's never said this to us, he was like, I feel a little pressure. And I thought, okay, well, here we go.
Well, the 2 seasons of the USFL, Skip Holtz and Birmingham won the championship both years. Started off 5-0 one year, 8-0 the next. And right now, they're about to go 1-0 in the brand new UFL as they continue to look like the best team in all of spring football. And that's probably officially in the game. They got to reset the ball in the final 2 seconds. Should run off the clock. And Matt Corral, Skip Holtz, and Birmingham take the victory 27-14 as soon as we get to all zeros over Arlington. Final play. Canella. And that'll do it. So Birmingham, the two-time USFL champs, go on the road and beat the defending XFL champ in the debut of the UFL. 27-14 is the final. Our Simply Spiked players of the game on offense for the Birmingham Stallions, of course, quarterback Matt Corral, and on defense, Mark Gilbert. Fumble recovery and an interception for this defense that played well.
Well, I tell you, they turned it on after that 11-3 deficit. It was all Stallions after that. And Skip Holtz looks like he's got another quarterback, and they are primed for another run.
All right, and so they started off. The Rock got us kicked off, and Birmingham rolled to the victory. We'll be back with more postgame right after this. After trailing 11-3 midway through the second quarter, Matt Corral and the Birmingham Stallions turned it on. 3 touchdowns in their final 5 possessions, and they win the opener of the UFL 27-14. Kickoff weekend continues right now. Time to send you out to Detroit for the St. Louis Battlehawks against the Michigan Panthers. Here's Kevin Kugler, Devin Gardner, and Jake Butt.
And we welcome those of you who have been watching the Stallions get their first win of the season alongside Devin Gardner with Jake Butt on the field. I'm Kevin Kugler. Battlehawks and Panthers, 9:14 remaining in the first quarter. But the first big break of the day just goes to the St. Louis Battlehawks as E.J. Perry throws an interception into the hands of linebacker Mike Rose.
The one thing you're going to be able to do here, as you can see E.J. Perry trying to see what happened there, he's going to see my eyes are going too quickly to my receiver. I have to do a very nice job of holding those defenders before I make my throws. Well, he didn't hold the defenders, and Rose was all over. You can see Rose, the outside linebacker, number 27, standing on the hash. He's eyeing the quarterback the entire time, and it's almost as if he was the wide receiver.
They've moved it back to the spot of where he made the pick, saying he was touchdown there. So it's first down, a little end around now for Blake Jackson. Jackson up the sideline and out of bounds across the 45-yard line. They'll mark him at the 48. Kai Nakua upends him after the 15-yard gain.
That's a nice job, but take a look at the wide receiver to the right of your screen, number 3, Marcel Aitman. He has to set the edge here. He has to stop this defender from getting outside, or this play does not work. Nice job by him, and then he gets out front and becomes a lead blocker again. Outstanding teamwork by the wide receiving corner. Nice run by Blake Jackson.
A former quarterback in college at Mary Hardin Baylor, a Division III All-American. Now playing wide receiver and showing the speed. McCarron on first down in a clean pocket, deflected and incomplete. He wanted Hakeem Butler. They connected last year for 8 touchdowns, but he could not connect on the short toss on first down.
Yeah, the very reliable Hakeem Butler. You don't see him dropping passes like that, and easy ones at that. He does a nice job of reading the defense, turning around on a nice stick route in zone coverage. Now, that's one thing that they kind of struggled with a year ago, and they're finding their way and finding their groove with that. Just got to make the catch.
Well, personnel with 2 tight ends and 2 wide receivers out there.
What he said, here we go. Willie L.A. Willie L.A. Willie L.A. Orlando's head.
On 2nd and 10, it's Goldman with the carry. Picks his way over the left side, finds good yardage into Panther territory at the 48.
It's a nice job by that offensive line, center and guard working together to double team to the second level. That's one thing that you have to do when you play a Michigan Panther defense. Frank Ginda a year ago was a defensive player of the year because he had 115 tackles. If you don't come off of those defensive linemen and get to him, he's going to tackle your running back every time. Nice job there.
Tighten. Blake, get off. Set. 180. Wait, set.
3rd down and 6. Panthers rush 3. McCarron, short of the first. He connected with Darius Shepard, but a good tackle by Bryce Tornaden holds him 3 yards shy of the first.
An outstanding job by Bryce Tornaden, who's playing kind of a match defense where he's not quite in man, but he's not quite in zone. He's just reading and pattern reading. He does a nice job of first getting hands on the wide receiver and then responding and making the tackle behind the sticks.
Hey.
Second punt of the day for Sterling Hoffrichter.
On the sail.
A rule here, you have to make sure that every single player is within 1 yard until the ball is kicked. So these gunners can run from side to side, but they cannot go down the field until the ball is kicked away. You're going to see them shuffle there, and then they take off.
And a high short punt, waving for the fair catch, and a collision. The ball bounces inside the 5, and it'll be downed at the 1. I don't think anyone touched that ball. I think it just bounced through the collision of the two Panthers, and Michigan's going to be pinned deep at their own 2-yard line, Devin.
That is a scary scenario there.